Well, growing up in Alaska was weird for me. I feel like I had a different experience than someone from different parts of town. I'm from the less privileged side of town. And so I didn't really have anything to focus my energy or time on as a child, except skateboarding. Skateboarding was the only thing that really kept me going, and going into school, that kind of attitude transferred over, and I had no respect for authority or drive to do well in school. And that all changed my senior year when I kind of realized I wanted to graduate and I didn't want to be a product of that negative side of society. And I joined a photography course, and that kind of really hit the nail into the coffin of the fact that I wanted to make something of myself and make something of school. And without photography, I don't know what I would have done. That really woke me up to being able to do something for myself and make something out of my talents. I'm really good about, once I learn something, I really get hooked onto it, and I really want to succeed at that particular thing, and it'll kind of take over my life for a while. And I think that's, photography really honed in on that like nothing else had before. Whereas I learned it and I really wanted to master it and figure out everything I could about the activity. And also, people started having positive reactions towards my work, and that really kept me going. That was really a driving force. Like, you know, people giving you the pat on the back like I hadn't received before, you know. Michael is really smart, he just doesn't apply himself. And photography really gave me something to apply myself into. And so once people saw that I would actually give effort towards something, then I feel like they really were surprised to see anything productive come from me, productive and creative at that. What makes me lean towards one style of picture rather than the other? That's the part I can't answer, is because I don't know what kind of picture I like making the most. That's the truth. When I started out, I wanted to take pictures and videos of my friends skateboarding, and it didn't happen. I've taken a couple skateboard photographs, and I've put together a whole show on it, but I feel like where I shine the most is in my portrait skills. And I feel like that's also my least utilized talent, is my portrait talent. So that's where I'd like to see my photography goes, in the direction of people starting to appreciate the same kind of pictures that I want to appreciate for myself, which are my portraits. The other day we were out on a shoot, and this girl said, "I'm not photogenic." And I said, "It's not your job to be photogenic, it's my job to make you photogenic." I feel like that's something only photographers get, you know? It doesn't matter if the model's photogenic or not, it's your job to make everyone equally photogenic. I feel like that's the greatest compliment you can get, is when you get someone comfortable in front of your camera. Something that makes me thrive as a photographer is being able to feed off of my friends and the community, and getting that positive feedback that comes with getting out with your friends and making photographs. I wanted to take the idea of an Insta-meet and make it less formal and more intimate and more open to everyone who would be willing to come along and join in with these small groups and get out and feed off of each other's creativity and just come together as a community, because I feel like that's part of photography that is kind of confused, is the best way to put it, because people think of it as like an individualized sport of sorts, when I believe that the best images I've ever made was when I was going out with my friends and, you know, feeding off of each other's ideas and, you know, working together to create images. Whereas a lot of people want to run and gun solo, I want to bring in as many people as possible into my creative process, be able to feed off of other people's creativity. And that's kind of where Walk Alaska came from. And I have big aspirations and big goals for Walk Alaska that haven't been achieved yet, but I think we're getting there slowly. And I'd love to see myself not necessarily thriving, but making a living off of photography and reaching out to the people that I haven't got a chance to reach out to yet. name's Mikey Huff. I'm 20 years old. I'm a photographer from Anchorage, Alaska. And also I make spoons. Well, I don't make spoons, but I make rings out of spoons. Too much stuff going on.